Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all well. In today's video I want to give you a quick update on what's going on with me, the cars and the channel. So stay tuned to see what's going on. So it's currently Saturday the 2nd December and it is Baltic outside. It's currently -1 degrees. So sorry if it appears that I'm shaking a little bit. It's because I am cold, but I thought I'd do this video. I've not uploaded in like 3 months, 4 months, something like that, and that video I uploaded, the last one, had been recorded a while before. I don't think I've actually recorded a video in like 5 months. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick video to say I'm still around, still here, still planning on uploading some more videos, but truth be told, I've been busy and I haven't got round to it. Obviously there's the Mini there. It is, I can't remember the last time you saw it, but we were working on it. We took the subframe back out because we'd put the anti-roll bar on the wrong way around when we were back in the unit. Obviously we were trying to get it out of there in a rush. We'd accidentally put it on the wrong way around, so we had to drop the subframe. Now it's home, swap the anti-roll bar around, which we've done, and we just need to lift it back into place, which we haven't done yet. I mean, you can probably do it with one person, but I prefer to do it with like 2 or 3, just for that extra bit of help, really. I'd rather not struggle and do it on my own. But yeah, obviously it's been quite cold and bad weather this year, so we've just not really been out working on any of the cars, but especially the Mini. And yeah, I've just been mega busy. I've been starting up an IT business from scratch, sort of doing the IT function of a business. For those of you that know me, know that that's what I do for a day job. So this is our company, Prime ICT. If there is any business owners watching this video and you need some IT support, or you need some new telephone systems or broadband, and you're in the Shropshire area-ish, we also cover the West Midlands and a little bit further afield if necessary, then do feel free to get in touch. I might be able to help you out. But yeah, aside from that, we've just not been very busy. There's nothing that's cropped up that we've really needed to do. So obviously the Mini, we'll hopefully get around to fixing that next year. It doesn't need a lot now, it just needs a bit of time, and it needs a couple of £100 on brake calipers, discs and pads. If anyone's got any for sale, let me know. I'd be interested in purchasing them. The only requirement is that the calipers have to be red. So yeah, but other than that, not a lot's been going on. Beam is still here. I did realise the other day I still haven't actually showed this off in a video, so I will try and get that done. I've had it for over a year now. I've done 2 videos on it, and it's fixing it. So not a great look for the car, but there we are. So yeah, I'll try and show you that soon. It's still going well. It's still saying that there's a drivetrain error, which has been there from day one, which is apparently an EGR sensor. It had an EGR recall. The EGR sensor should have been changed by BMW, but they didn't, so there's a warning, but it doesn't affect the driving of the car, so that's that. It does have a slight oil leak, not entirely sure where from, but it's never bothered me enough to look into it, although it did seem to get worse for a little bit, but now it's got better, so I don't know. But that's just not long ticked over to 180,000 miles. So I'm guessing I might have to get the chains done soon. They're sort of average-ish, or they recommend about 100,000 miles before doing the chain. So that's that. The white Mini is still around. That green car's not mine, but that white Mini is still around. We need to sell it, but I know it's not going to sell. So I'm sort of a bit like, I don't really want to put it up because it's just a waste of time. It's not going to sell for any sort of decent money. So I sort of have to question whether we part it out or, you know, use some of the useful parts on this. The whole reason that car's got brake calipers is because this one doesn't. Do we use some of the parts off that on this, or do I just sell it whole, sell it for scrap? It's a good runner, nothing wrong with it. Engine's got 80-something thousand miles on it. It just looks a bit tatty. It's not got an MOT. I don't think it'd need much for an MOT. We did a lot of the work in... It's goes to show how long it's been since I did a video. I'm going to go for that corner up here. we did a load of work on it, which included giving it R53 brakes, doing the suspension and brake lines. So I can't imagine it needs too much, but I just not put it through its MOT. And yeah, it's in a bit of a state at the minute. It just needs a wash more than anything. But if you are interested in no 6-plate Mini 1 with a 6-speed gearbox, the better gearbox for that year, on the engine, then let me know. Like I say, it's done, I think, 87,000 miles, something like that. It might need a new battery now, but yeah, it's a bit of a fixer-upper. If you're interested, let me know, and I can sort something out. But the last car for sort of my household is Chelsea's TT. It's not here today because she's away, but it's all good-ish. She got into a bit of a bump the other week, and so the passenger side door and wing and sill are dented. Sorry, I meant to say driver's side. There's a bit of funny, she said it feels a bit funny when she's driving it on the front driver's side, like suspension area. So there's that too. We were trying to settle it privately, away from insurers, but the person that, I was going to say crashed into Chelsea, essentially the insurers are blaming it on Chelsea, and yes and no, it's a bit of a shitty one really. Chelsea pulled out from a junction. It's a blind junction. It's horrible, and it's literally a minute from here. It's a horrible junction. You can't see anything around it. There's a bend on the corner, and if a car is speeding round the corner, then by the time they come into vision, you would already have pulled out of the junction. So she had pulled out of the junction. By the time Chelsea saw the car, either she had to brake or accelerate, so she accelerated further out of the junction, and the car that hit her, the Mercedes that hit her, obviously realised they were speeding, tried to stop. There was no skid marks on the road, tried to stop but couldn't, so then tried to swerve, and then made the whole thing worse, because if she would have stayed straight, she wouldn't have hit Chelsea, because Chelsea got out of the way. But the insurers are still saying it's Chelsea's fault because she impeded the Mercedes right of way. Yes, and Chelsea says, she agrees that happened, but there was nothing taken into account for the other driver's dangerous driving, swerving, and there was nothing taken into account for her speeding. So it's annoying. If we had proof of it, it'd be so much easier, because we could prove it and we could get the blame taken off Chelsea, but we've got no dash cams, nothing like that. Even if you did have a dash cam, she was hit on the side, so yeah. And if the other driver had a dash cam, which I think she did, she's not going to show it because it would show her speeding. So anyway, rant over. To be fair, so we were going to go ahead and sort it privately, and the girl that crashed into Chelsea was like, yeah, that's fine, we'll sort it privately. She sent us a quote, a ballpark quote, from between £5,000 and £7,000 for the damage on her car. It's a 69 plate Mercedes. Apparently all the auto braking system was now broken. It didn't work when she was driving towards Chelsea at 60 mile an hour, but there we are. So apparently that's all now broken when she hit Chelsea. And we were kind of just going to leave the damaged Chelsea's car. It was fine, just cosmetic, and we'd just get a door and a wing for it and just call it a day, make a decent video. But there we are. But no, she was adamant that this repair quote was going to be about £7,000. So we asked for an itemised repair bill or quote, which any decent garage would be able to provide. Any decent business can provide you a quote or an estimate, but apparently this garage couldn't. Then she went completely quiet on us, and we were a bit like, okay, whatever. She's sort of playing a really long, annoying game here, but sure. And then next thing, Chelsea gets a phone call from her insurer. We've been told you're in a crash, and this woman had decided to take it all through insurance. She's fucked herself, really. She's 24 years old, driving a 69 plate Mercedes, big ugly thing, and she's now got a claim on her insurance. Her excess was a couple of £100, which obviously she has to pay, and obviously she's now going to have a claim on her insurance. So not great for her or us. Chelsea's obviously got a claim on her insurance because she's been in an accident, and we're still looking at potentially doing the split blame thing, but because we can't prove anything, it's a bit difficult. But yeah, a bit scumbaggy of her to not even tell us she was going by the insurance, just to blank us. Chelsea messaged her, no reply. She just completely blanked us, and the next minute the insurance phones us. So a bit annoying, but it is what it is. You can't really trust a lot of people nowadays, but there you are. But I tell you what, Chelsea's insurer, this is not sponsored, Chelsea's insurer is FirstCentral, and they were really, really good with her. So a guy called Luke phoned her, and Chelsea was bricking it at first when the phone rang, and he said, "Oh, I'm from your insurance company." He was really polite with her, really calm with her, just sort of put her mind at rest and let her know everything that was going on. Chelsea had quite a few questions because this is the first time she ever had to deal with car insurance. She had quite a few questions like, what will my no claims go down to? Will I have to say that I've had an accident? This, that, the other. How will my price be affected? And he answered every question as well as he could. So FirstCentral and Luke specifically, and presumably the claims or the customer service department, big thumbs up from us. You made Chelsea feel really good, and sort of made her feel sort of comfortable in the situation as best as you could. So a massive well done to FirstCentral. But other than the crash, which it wasn't that bad, I can't understand how there's £5 or £7 worth of damage on the other car. I might try and include the photos here if I can blur enough detail out of them. But the damage to the other girl's car was paint. It needed a new coat of paint, maybe even just a new coat of lacquer. The top coat of lacquer was pretty scratched and whatever. It could have been like that anyway. It's a 69 plate car, it's 4 years old. Stone chips, that's a lot of them look like stone chips. That definitely happened in the crash damage, was the big Mercedes badge on the front had a hole in it. And that was it. Oh, the towing eye cover had popped off. So yeah, that was the only visible, like, this was definitely caused by the crash damage, which I've looked online. You can pick up the new towing eye cover and the badge for about £100. So struggling to find where the other 6.9k has come from, but whatever, we're not doing it privately now, dealing with the insurance. Chelsea's still a bit unsure whether she is going to get hers repaired, so I don't fully understand all the insurance stuff, but as it stands, Chelsea has said she's not going to get a car repaired, but she can get an update to her insurer, FirstCentral, by the 8th of December. Is it the 8th? Yeah, Friday. The 8th of December, that she can get this update to them to say, yeah, I want to get my car repaired. As it stands, Chelsea doesn't have to pay a penny for what's happened, which is pretty good. I guess that's what your insurance is for. But if Chelsea wants to make a claim on her insurance, she has to pay the excess of her policy, which annoyingly should be £150, which spot on. You can't argue with that. I can get a used door for her car for £130. So yeah, £150, bargain. But in the small print, it's always in the small print, and this isn't a dig at FirstCentral. I know it exists at other insurers, but you get the young driver premium, something like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but basically, if you're under, I think it's 25, or you're in your first 4 years of driving, I think. Don't quote me on it. It's something like that. You pay an additional fee. So in the case of FirstCentral, the additional fee is £225. So that would bring her total excess to £375, which again, still not bad if they fix the problems and, you know, fix the dents and whatever. 375 quid isn't bad. You can't really complain. And I've had a look at pricing all the bits and pieces up myself. Obviously, me doing the labour. There's probably about 375 quid worth of labour in it. But me doing the labour, a door, a wing, a sill, it's probably going to be roughly the same price. So I think we probably will go down that route. So if there's any interesting video footage to come out of that, then I'll show it. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I've waffled for nearly 20 minutes. This is the third time I've tried to film this video. The other 2 times the footage has become corrupted. So yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you. Hopefully you will see me again before Christmas. I've got an idea for a video which I'm going to try and put together for you. But I hope you all have a good Christmas. I hope you're all well as well. There's a lot of bugs and horrible stuff going around at the minute, so I hope you're all well. I hope you have a brilliant Christmas if I don't see you before then. And if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I really, really appreciate that. And I will see you in the next one.